Well, it seems after a poor box office opening weekend, Birds of Prey's title has been changed. I don't think anybody's really surprised to see that happen. Oh, DC, you must be afraid of that one, huh? Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, it seems that Birds of Prey is having some complications over the weekend. I mean, when you look at the movie itself, the woke media around it, I mean, yeah, there was some bad marketing choices. I mean, the trailers didn't really seem that fantastic. Then, of course, you have the media jumping in, trying to push their agendas into trying to support this movie. Didn't really help it out too much. And, you look at all of this stuff that's going on with this movie. I mean, it's already having issues, especially within the box office opening weekend for it. Oh, there's a lot to cover here. And I mean, that's the other thing is that with their box office opening weekend not hitting the amount of money they were looking for because they hit 33 million and they were expecting more like 50 million, it's not looking too good. After poor opening weekend, Warner Bros. Changes Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey title. Whew, that ain't good. We're getting into this right here. After a poor opening weekend, Warner Bros. Has changed the title of Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. That title is, oh, that's so bad. To Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. Now that's a better title because, good lord, they were trying to go for that LOL so random kind of title, right? Yeah, I don't think many people even knew what that was that didn't know about that. I mean, like, what would they see like on the marquee, Birds of Prey, and they'd be like, "Whoa!" Like, and that whole long title, like, good lord, that's just one of those weird go-getter modern day sense of humor things that I just don't think clicks very well. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with that. The film only made 33 million in its opening weekend at the domestic box office, well below expectations, which were 50 million leading into the weekend. So that's a big hit. Ugh, yeah, that's not good for a start. Screen Rant reported that Warner Brothers mandated theaters to change the name. It's unclear why the title was changed. However, it's not hard to imagine that the title was changed due to the poor box office performance. My guess is that they want to try to use the Harley Quinn brand name to make the film more recognizable to people who saw the original Suicide Squad and are aware of the character through TV and comics. You see, that's the thing. Yeah, many people know Harley Quinn. I mean, it's pretty obvious as a character for her to be recognized. But the other characters here, this is more like you have to lead it up into like a Justice League or Avengers kind of deal. You have to bring awareness to the other characters. You have to establish them as characters. If you don't do that, people aren't going to recognize them, right? And that's one of the biggest problems because Birds of Prey, they have a lot of characters that are like lower tier, like C and D tier characters, so people don't recognize them very much. So you'd have to really, get your audience adjusted into that setting of those characters and understanding them better. But of course they didn't do that, right? If this is the case, it proves many of the arguments myself and other DC Comics fans made regarding the marketing leading up to Birds of Prey release, especially when it concerns the costumes. Yeah, see, another thing, this movie I don't feel like in terms of the trailers was really well done. I don't think it was good at all. I think that it was just kind of uninteresting and bland. I mean, there's a lot more they could have done to spice it up a bit, but they didn't. But then again, you have the media around it talking about misogyny. I mean, and that's already a problem in itself. And then of course, people, pushing the whole female leads, it's this historical breakthrough. No, we've had many good female leads in the past. It's not like this is the first time, but they're acting as if Harley Quinn's the very first female lead to ever exist in a movie, like they did with Captain Marvel, which, Captain Marvel, that was garbage. And then of course the media and the marketing and for Captain Marvel was awful. I mean, you have Brie Larson going around trying to tell men that it's not made for you. Yeah, yeah, because that's gonna go over real well, right? And I mean, trying to throw these characters that people don't really know unless you're a Birds of Prey fan, unless you follow the comics and understand these characters. The marketing around it, which the media did themselves, was trying to say, Whammon, come here, come forth, come to the cinema for Whammon. And that's not how you market a movie, obviously. That's more on the media doing that one than it is DC. But of course, when you have the media trying to basically say, things like with Ewan McGregor coming out, which we'll talk about in a moment as well, about misogyny, trying to take that down and throw that message out there, misogyny's bad, things like that, you're going to make people not interested in your film. That's just how it is. And seeing that how bad this movie was so far already, to change the name, that's not a good sign. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a big loss for Harley Quinn over here in DC. And as we continue to go forward, men are being blamed still. Men are still constantly being blamed over this. I mean, Birds of Prey fans and Punisher creator Gary Conway blame the film's poor opening on men and misogyny. Oh yeah, because that's gonna definitely sell you tickets, right? Oh boy. Following the disappointing box office numbers for the opening weekend of Birds of Prey, fans of the film have taken to blaming the entirety of men rather than the overall production for the film's poor performance. Because, it's always men's fault. It's always those terrible men, right? Every time. This is what they always go to. They always jump to it being men. It can't just be the movie's bad because it was either poorly done or it was bad because marketing was poor. Oh no, 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 no. They gotta go to the blame game and blame the men. Which, let's be real, that's not gonna sell you tickets. Just saying. Despite the film receiving generally positive reviews from critics of both genders almost across the board, fans were quick to accuse men of refusing to see the film because of their inherent misogyny. Funny thing to note, 54% of the viewers are male. Just wanna throw that out there. So here are some tweets. White men really think they're doing something by not seeing Birds of Prey in theaters. Just say your dicks are small and you're afraid of seeing powerful women together on the screen and go. Yeah, because that's the problem here, right? Oh yeah, no. The problem is the marketing. The problem is whenever people like this come out and try to blame men for it. You're turning people off to this movie when you do this. You're not making them want to go. Not at all. You're definitely not making them want to go. Another person said, Birds of Prey is so special, and it sucks so bad that men and grace and power in our film space is staring people away from seeing it. If you are even the tiniest bit interested in the film, please go see it. I mean, if people are interested in the film, go see it. That's fine. But like, when you try to say that men are the problem, you're not going to make people want to go see this movie. See, that's the problem. They keep doing the same thing. They keep playing the blame game here. I don't want studios to think that we will put our money behind female lead save and generic films like Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman. As much as I love Captain Marvel and as much as everyone loves Wonder Woman, they're basic. Me rushing to meet everyone I know to these Birds of Prey 473 times more, so Margot won't be sad at the lower than hoped for ticket sales, which I 100% blame men for. See, this is what they do. It's always the blame game, and you're not gonna get people interested in this movie that way. I mean, I know you're turning me off just talking about that. Like, I mean, the marketing, every article that I've read and seen on this stuff, about how the characters, like the villains, for example, what they do in the bedroom, which nobody cares about. I mean, I know I don't care about what a character does in the bedroom. Whether a character is done well or not is what matters to me. The scapegoat of lack of sexualization was also put forth by Punisher co-creator Gary Conway, who described the supposed lack of desire by young men to see the film as crass, horrible, shallow. He also stated that the desexualizing of the team's members as in abstract and politically, this is good. Oh, God. Of course he would. This is what he had to say. I'm so disappointed by Birds of Prey box office and what it says about the male audience for superhero films. Here's my controversial take, don't hate me. The movie didn't pull teenage boys because Margot Robbie didn't want Harley Quinn to be sexualized as she was in Suicide Squad. Here, let me help you out, buddy. It's rated R. Like, how many teenagers, unless they are 18 and above, are going to be able to see that film? Just throwing that out there, right? I mean, good God. just want to point that fact out there. Continuing forward with another tweet of his.
It's horribly shallow, but there we are. I'll bet much of Harley's appeal for young men and Suicide Squad was the hypersexualization of her body in a midriff shirt and short shorts that emphasized her buttocks and legs to her credit.
Oh man, this guy, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, or you're just really shilling hard because I think it's both. Like, oh god, this guy's he's so dumb. Like, oh man. Most analytics cite the film's lack of Joker or Batman. Okay, Joker, yeah, because there was such a demand to change that name because not like it made over $1 billion or anything. Massive deviation from the comic book source material, being a sequel to the atrocious Suicide Squad film, and that film was awful. And R rating is some of the major causes behind the lackluster opening, as summarized by Deathline's Anthony D'Alessandro. As the old saying goes, good movies so well, bad movies don't. And the latter is what really happened here with Birds of Prey at the end of the day. Yeah, I have to agree with that. You can pretty much tell when a movie is more than likely going to be good or terrible. You can see it a mile away. The film's hardline feminist marketing, which big problem, may have also played a significant role in driving audiences away. Oh yeah, big time. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, if you look at what Ewan McGregor was saying, so now let's get to that point that I want to make now. Ewan McGregor doubles down on misogynist marketing for Birds of Prey. Now, this is another big issue with Ewan McGregor here because, talk about husband of the year, the very man who walked out on his wife, might I also add. This is what he had to say for the film whenever he was interviewed. Brilliant. It's about time that we've got this female made, female driven superhero movie. It's a really powerful film. It was just exciting to be a part of a film that covers some of the misogynist nonsense that you ladies have to deal with on a daily basis. Yeah, when you make statements like this, right? When you say stuff like that, yeah, people are not going to be interested. They're gonna walk away from wanting to see the film. McGregor continued, saying he was proud and honored to be a part of the film. I was honored to be the chief misogyner in the movie. I'm not a very nice character in it. Well, I mean, you're the antagonist. I was proud to be a part of it and start getting the message out there. Yeah, see, that's getting the message out there. See, that's another political checkbox, of course, by that statement. It's really what the entertainment industry at this point is just going off of, and it's just all these problems continue to surface. And another thing that I want to quickly look at here. So, what happened to Birds of Prey? That's the question on the minds of the box office prognosticators and most likely Warner Bros. Executives after the Margot Robbie starring comic book Tim Pole became a box office dud in its opening weekend. Birds of Prey debuted 33 million, well below the 45 million the studio was projecting. And then the film's international gross wasn't much better, 48 million. Birds of Prey cost 80 million to produce. So it's possible the film can break even. But those low box office numbers are disappointing for a comic book film with good reviews and a beloved character at its center. And yet, you wouldn't know the latter from the title alone. So the reason I bring this up is showing you the box office numbers. And, that could have been something that could have really scared DC into changing the name. I mean, with confusion over the name, I mean, seriously, the name being Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. A lot of people wouldn't know what they were looking at. That's just how it goes a lot of time. I mean, some people went to the theaters, didn't know what this was, and it's what a lot of people assumed would happen. And, it did steer a lot of confusion. So to change it to Harley Quinn, I think was a better choice. But it's just, I think they've already turned off a lot of people with this movie by the marketing in itself. I mean, it's just, there's just so many problems that really surfaces around this movie. And, another problem is that while there are reviews out there, remember, I've talked about this before, you can buy reviews, so people can go online and buy reviews for a movie. Because, I mean, we've seen some shady stuff come from Rotten Tomatoes, like whenever they changed the whole entire website to protect Captain Marvel because of the reviews, or with Rise of Skywalker when they locked the audience score at 86%. So, you can't really trust Rotten Tomatoes when it comes to reviews. But, had this movie, not tried to blame men, had this movie not tried to push political messages, it probably would have actually gathered a better audience, as well as had better marketing and better trailers. But, it just shows another L for DC here on their whole plan. And while the Joker was great, they're trying to make another Joker out of Harley Quinn, but yeah, yeah, no. Good try, but you messed up. You messed up along the way, DC. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you are still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you are still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed. Share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. And also be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. It'll also keep you up to date on when the next video is coming out, as well as any other upcoming events. So the link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.